Another thing to think about along the lines of my quip, if they can't change the words, but they can change the definitions. Now that's actually kind of a complicated, an important concept, okay? Because if you looked up totalitarianism, you'd probably get a lot of really convoluted definitions that kind of leave you with more questions than it answers. You might find some, scholarly articles that really delve into, like, the history of totalitarianism, and all it does is convolute the point, okay? But it's not it's like, sometimes the word is exactly what it needs to be for the meaning to just never really get lost, okay? So totalitarianism, okay, that's the enemy of liberty, right? And you want to know why it's the enemy of liberty? Because it's total. It's total control. Like how libertarianism is like the libertyism, totalitarianism is like the totalism, and that's the enemy of liberty. And just think about general searching in the conceptualization of totalitarianism, because what a general searcher is trying to do is affect total compliance, and that ain't what liberty is trying to affect. And for other points and purposes that, one of my things on my insides has always been, I am only going to do the things that I have to do for my survival. So at some points, that also means that I have to disregard, like credit card debt. Because, whether anybody likes it or not, there are times when putting food in my belly and gas in my car and paying my rent are the things I have to do to survive. And the credit card payment just goes out the freaking window. I was never good at the debt game, whatever. But there are just times when, and so that's kind of always been on my insight, is what do you have to do? So when we look at the things that they are general searching for total compliance, it's a lot of the things that they are trying to force people to do to affect, like, total compliance that aren't actually necessary for our survival. Like, no amount of paying somebody taxes is actually necessary for my survival. It's not actually necessary for the running of my business. It's not necessary for the running of my household, unless you have somebody coming after me because I didn't pay the taxes, okay? But, like, paying some, like, bully third-party taxes isn't actually necessary for my survival. Putting tags on my car isn't actually necessary for my survival. It doesn't help me actually get to work unless you have somebody arresting me on my way to work. It doesn't actually help me put gas in my car unless you're stealing my money. Then you're making it harder